Hello folks and welcome to another one of my FM20 first look videos in which we're looking at the FM20 games for the first time. I felt that needed explanation. This video we're going to be looking at FM20 Mobile. We've already done a video on FM20 Touch. There's going to be one on the iPad version, the Switch version, the Stadia version, of course the full fat normal Football Manager version as well. If you're here looking for Football Manager content and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, all of that should already be reason enough to subscribe, turn your notifications on. But I also do daily Football Manager content as well, and my my new series, Non-League to Legend, started today. So, you know, lots of reasons to subscribe. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, notifications on, like the video, all that stuff. Should we look at FM20 Mobile? I think we probably should. This is the main start screen as we get up and running on the new game. I do keep looking down at my laptop. Recording off an iPhone is a complicated thing, but I've got like 5 screens around me. But we'll start things off by looking in at the achievements. I know there's probably not anything new in here, and this doesn't matter to a lot of people, but it's there. So if you want to know what the achievements are in the game, those are the achievements. You can see I've already got one, window shopper, which I got literally for just going into the store, where you can see that it's got all the usual unlockables in there. If you're not used to FM Mobile and you're watching this off the back of a normal Football Manager video, you might be astonished at microtransactions, but it's the way of the world on mobile. They've been there for years. People use them or they wouldn't still be in there. I personally don't use them, but each to their own. But let's start off a new game. And as usual, you've got the option to do a career. You can do a challenge. And these are the usual challenges that are across FM Mobile and FM Touch. I think you have 4 of them available from the start. And then some of them are unlockable later on through microtransactions if you want to do challenges, or you can do a creator club. But I'm just going to start off with a career to get things going. I do want to have a look at the enhanced match engine. Yes, I want budgets in the first window. You can see there's more stuff in there that you can unlock with microtransactions, the editor, Sugar Daddy, becoming unsackable, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to give myself a normal reputation to start. Apparently you can buy a different reputation or buy coaching badges. I think a lot of this stuff is also unlockable in the game. Yeah, as it says there, these can be unlocked naturally as you progress through the game by earning achievements and through completing challenges. So if you are disgusted at all the microtransactions, which, like I say, it's the way of the world, but if you don't want to pay for them, you can unlock them through just playing the game as well. So they're kind of there as a paid shortcut if you so choose, but I'm just going to leave everything as standard. You can see we've got the 2 new leagues, Denmark and Greece. So if you're from one of those places or just want to play in one of those places, they're there for you now. You can play in Denmark or Greece, but just for ease, I'm just going to start off in England, because then I'm going to understand what's going on if I'm in England, because I'm English. So I'm going to confirm that I want to start in England, and it is just setting up my new game for me. I'm going to go down into League One and find the mighty Peterborough United. Just because I do all of these things with Posh. It's my own team. I like to have a look to see how we look on each version of the game. So we've appointed me as manager. I feel like on a mobile phone there probably would have been a way for me to take a shot of my face and have my face in there, but apparently not. Although it looks like I can log into my Twitter. But I've been appointed as manager, and we have a bunch of inbox messages to go through. I don't necessarily feel the need to respond to a lot of this stuff. I'll just say, yeah, whatever. Yep. The main features that I'm looking for in this new version of the game, let me just have a reminder of what the new features of FM20 Mobile are. So we've got the new leagues. We've already looked at that. Youth development is new. Reserve teams, or it's a new way of doing youth development. There's new reserve teams. Reserve teams and reserve team competitions have been added to the games, and they've not been in there previously. The news system is new. So if you are used to playing FM Mobile from last year, this whole news screen that we're looking through now, it's all working. It's had a bit of a redesign, mainly. They've also added in rivalries, so local derbies, and there's been some changes to the match day experience. So we'll have a look at that when we get into a match as well. But what I want to see is this youth development and reserve team stuff. So there's our reserves. So we do now have our reserve team in there now. And they get to play in competitions as well, which, how do I find reserve team competitions? If we go to reserves, can we... So that's their formation. And there's their fixtures, so you can see the reserves are actually going to be playing competitive games, so that's going to help with player development. It's a lot of the stuff that they've done across the whole family of Football Manager games this year, a lot of focus on player development stuff. If we go into the youth development side of things, which again, this is, as you can tell, I've literally just downloaded the game now and haven't really had a proper play around of it, so we're exploring it together for the first time. I can't see anything to do with youth development on here, so I assume if I have another look on the website and just see what I'm supposed to be seeing for youth development, promote youth candidates, receive... Oh, okay, so it's stuff that it's ongoing. You get feedback ongoing throughout the game, so it's not like there's a new tab. But if we pick a youth player, let's say Ricky J. Jones, who is a big star up and coming in real life, I think we can then set up mentoring for him, which is a big thing. You've got his progress chart, which again, similar to the development center in the full game. And we can just keep a better idea of how he's developing. There you go. We can find him a mentor. So if we want, for example, George Boyd to mentor Ricky J. Jones, which seems like a sterling idea to me, we can do that, and that's going to help with his development. So that's cool. George Boyd, it's been asked to mentor Ricky J. Jones. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to happen. Has that started? Yeah, I think that's... If we just hit continue, I think that's... Hey, there we go. Sorted. So that's the youth development stuff. Reserve teams and competitions we've already looked at. The news system we're slowly getting to grips with. Rivalries is an interesting one. If we have a look, where will it tell us? Will it tell us on a screen somewhere who our rivals are? Or do we have to wait and see for a rivals game? Because I don't think any of our rivals are in our division, which means we're unlikely to get those rivals games coming up anytime soon. But I guess that is all to do with the build-up for those big matches. But what I really want to see, and I think what everyone wants to see, is how you sign a player, which I think is pretty much unchanged. But let's just pick a player who we can try and sign. There you go. We're going to try and sign you. Make offer. This all looks pretty familiar from last year. We'll hit suggest terms, which is always handy. So we'll leave that going through there. They've accepted the offer. Excellent. This new screen is confusing me a little bit, because how do I now do negotiations with him? It is just a case of hitting continue. So I think the new screen is going to take a little bit of getting used to, but the actual contract negotiations and things seem to be working pretty much how they have in previous games. You can see here we've got discussions of morale, and a lot of the news reports, the wording, the interaction and stuff has been updated for this game as well. So now we know that we do need to keep an eye on Marcus Madison. We use the previous and next buttons to go to sort of scroll through these news stories. I mean, there's not really anything we can do about that. I think it's just giving us an idea that Marcus Madison is probably going to be moving on, which is about right. But we can sign this. I don't even know what position this player is in, but there you go. We have signed Josip Pivaric for a fee of £325,000. I like that little screen. That's quite cool. He's got 9 goals from 220 appearances. He's 30 years old. Not your typical Peterborough signing. But if we have a little look at him, and can we look at a report? Do we get report? There you go, coach report. You can see that he is a 4-star left back for us. So we've made an incredible signing there, and he can mentor one of our younger left backs as well. But I think the thing we all want to see is getting into a match. So what on earth? Oh, this is squad numbers. Wow. Yeah, let's just auto pick squad numbers. I really don't care about them. That's a cool little screen. Yes, Beavers can be captain. And we're going to be playing Torquay. I haven't picked a team. There must have just been like a preset team on there, which I guess is fair enough. One thing I did notice about FM Mobile, I need to slow this down a little bit. It's going super fast. One thing I have noticed about FM Mobile as opposed to the other versions of Football Manager is the sound was turned off as standard on this one. Big thumbs up to Sports Interactive for having the sound off as standard. My initial impressions, the match engine is looking really clean. It's lovely and nostalgic seeing it in the 2D over the top thing. And I think similar to with all of the other members of the Football Manager family this year, so Touch, the full version as well. And it's just been polished and cleaned up and had some quality of life improvements on it this year. If you enjoyed playing FM Mobile last year, I can already see from the 10 minutes that I've played that you'll probably enjoy playing it again this year. Mo Ice has been offside twice in those first couple of minutes, hasn't he? Or was that a replay of the first one? That was a little statistic about Frankie Kent winning tackles, which again, these are little match day experience tweaks that they were talking about from before. I like that. I mean, that screen is nice. Just having the little player picture. I don't remember if that was in there. I haven't touched FM Mobile since Christmas, probably. I don't really play a lot of FM Mobile. But if I wanted a little FM fix, if I travelled a lot, if I ever left my house. I mean, you know me. My job is sitting in my house playing Football Manager on my PC. I never leave. When I used to have a real job, I used to play a lot more FM Mobile and certainly FM Touch on my iPad when I was out and about or supposed to be working. But these days I don't have to skive off work to play Football Manager. But I mean, it seems to be running very nicely. Obviously the performance etc will vary according to the phone that you've got, but this isn't the latest, most technologically advanced phone you can get. This is the last generation of iPhone, and it's still running really nicely and has delivered us a really rather pleasant 3-0 victory by the looks of it. There we go. I just want to, I know we're doing this in a backwards order, but just to check the tactics screen, it is identical to what it was before, and I guess it just had a preset team and went with it. So we played a 3 at the back in that game. Who knew? So that was my lightning quick tour to give you a first look at FM20 Mobile. If you were on the fence about getting the game, just wanted to see what the match engine was like, or at least just have a look around the game before you buy. There you go. I've shown you the new features. It looks very shiny and snazzy. And if you're looking for a football management game to play on your phone, I don't know why you would look any further than FM20 Mobile. Full disclosure, I bought this. They didn't give me this for free. That's something I've paid for that and given you a real opinion. I do get the full version for free. Again, disclosure. But this one, I paid my $8.99 for. And it's all right. I'll probably play it again at some point. If you've enjoyed that video, though, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Keep an eye on the channel for the iPad version, the Switch version, the Stadia version, first looks, all coming up over the coming sort of days and weeks as those versions get released. Make sure you do subscribe for the daily Football Manager content and Non-League to Legend, my big series that started earlier today. Check that out if you're looking for something to watch next. It's going to be an awesome series. And thank you very much for watching.